Most seniors believe that leg cramps at night are just a normal part of aging, or maybe just from not drinking enough water. So they stretch before bed, stay hydrated, or try changing sleep positions. And yet, the cramps keep coming. If that sounds familiar, feel free to comment one below, just to let us know you've been there too. But according to Dr. Joseph Feuerstein, a board-certified geriatric integrative physician and clinical professor at Columbia University, this common belief may be missing the bigger picture. It's not just tight muscles or sleep habits, he says. For many older adults, it's about missing nutrients that quietly support muscle relaxation and nerve reset while you sleep. As the body ages, it becomes less efficient at storing and using certain vitamins that are critical for nighttime recovery, especially ones involved in muscle control, fluid balance, and nerve signals. And if those levels dip too low by evening, your legs are more likely to cramp or twitch during rest. Dr. Feuerstein highlights 4 specific vitamins that help quiet the body at night and support steady, strong legs by morning. Let's explore how they work and how to add them back into your routine before bed. Vitamin D, the silent regulator of nighttime balance. After age 60, your body doesn't operate by the same rules it did at 30. What once worked automatically now needs more guidance. One common sign: nighttime leg cramps that wake you up suddenly or leave you cautious about your next step. Most people think these cramps are about dehydration or lack of stretching. But one of the most overlooked triggers is a missing link in how your body handles calcium, and that link is vitamin D. Think of your body as a power grid. During the day, everything is active and responsive. But at night, the grid slows down and switches to maintenance mode. Vitamin D isn't just a sunlight nutrient. It's the control switch that keeps your body's nighttime maintenance system running properly, especially when it comes to managing minerals like calcium and magnesium, which are critical for muscle relaxation, nerve transmission, and recovery while you sleep. Here's what happens biologically. You consume calcium through dairy, leafy greens, or fortified foods. But this calcium can't just be absorbed into the bloodstream and used. Your body needs instructions. Vitamin D provides those instructions. Once produced through sunlight exposure or taken in through food or supplements, it goes through a 2-step conversion process, first in the liver, then in the kidneys, becoming active calcitriol, the form your body uses to regulate calcium balance precisely and effectively. Once activated, vitamin D tells the cells in your intestines to start absorbing calcium. Without it, even if you eat enough calcium, very little makes it into your bloodstream. This causes a chain reaction. Your blood senses low calcium and calls on the parathyroid glands to release PTH, parathyroid hormone, which starts pulling calcium out of your bones to keep blood levels stable. This calcium loss weakens bones over time, but it also disrupts the fine balance of calcium that your muscles and nerves need to stay calm overnight. Muscle contraction and relaxation are tightly regulated by calcium and magnesium ions. Without enough vitamin D, these minerals aren't where they need to be at the right time. It's like trying to run a well-timed orchestra with missing sheet music. The muscles, especially those in your legs, don't respond smoothly. Signals become erratic. That's when the cramps hit sudden, painful, and uninvited. But it's not just muscles. Vitamin D also indirectly influences sleep quality by affecting serotonin and melatonin levels, neurotransmitters that guide your sleep cycle. Without enough D, your sleep can become fragmented, which interferes with your body's ability to repair tissues and reset nerve signals. Poor sleep and mineral imbalance together set the stage for those sharp cramps or morning stiffness many seniors report and quietly tolerate. So, how do you get enough vitamin D, especially if you're over 60? First, sunlight remains the best natural source. Aim for 15 to 30 minutes of sun on your hands and face daily, especially before 10 a.m. or after 3 p.m. when the rays are gentler. But aging skin produces less D from the same amount of sun, so diet and supplementation become more important with age. Good food sources include fatty fish, like salmon or sardines, cod liver oil, egg yolks, and fortified products such as orange juice or cereals. However, diet alone may not be enough. Most adults over 60 benefit from 800 to 2,000 IU of supplemental vitamin D3 daily. D3 cholecalciferol is the more active form and is better absorbed than D2. For best results, take it with meals containing some fat, like avocado, olive oil, or a boiled egg, because vitamin D is fat-soluble and needs fat to be absorbed efficiently. It's also important to remember that magnesium is a cofactor in vitamin D activation. Without enough magnesium, your body can't convert vitamin D into its usable form. So, a balanced intake of both through diet or supplements can amplify the effects and restore nighttime balance with greater reliability. If you've been experiencing cramps, stiffness, or just general restlessness in your legs at night, checking your vitamin D levels may reveal more than you expect. Even if you're already stretching and drinking enough water, the problem may lie in this quiet, internal regulator being out of sync. One metaphor is helpful here. Imagine your muscles as engines and calcium as the fuel. Vitamin D is the ignition key. Without it, even if the tank is full, the engine can't start properly. The signals misfire. Movements lose their rhythm. And the tension you feel in your legs at night is your body trying to compensate in the dark. The good news: restoration doesn't require anything extreme. A small daily habit, a vitamin D supplement at dinner, a few more minutes of morning light, or a conscious choice to eat more oily fish can gently recalibrate this system. You may not notice it in one night, but over time, the cramps become less frequent, your sleep more restful, and your confidence in your own steps a little stronger each morning. Vitamin D won't solve every issue, but for many people over 60, it's the missing switch in a series of signals that need to work together. Don't ignore what feels small. Sometimes, a steady signal, quiet and consistent, is all your body needs to rest deeply, repair fully, and rise each morning without fear of that sharp, sudden jolt in the dark. But vitamin D can't guide calcium alone. It needs a partner, K2, to make sure that calcium lands in your bones, not your blood vessels. Vitamin K2 keeps calcium in line and night cramps away. After age 60, nighttime becomes a battlefield for many seniors, not of dreams, but of muscle tension. Legs tighten like stretched cords. Cramps strike suddenly, jolting you out of sleep. And in the quiet aftermath, you're left wondering why rest doesn't restore. While many blame dehydration or potassium, the real answer may lie deeper in how your body manages calcium behind the scenes. This is where vitamin K2 steps in, quietly but critically. Think of calcium as a helpful but forgetful guest. It supports bones, nerves, and muscles, but it doesn't always remember where to go. Without clear instructions, calcium can wander. It settles in soft tissues like arteries, or gets stuck in muscle walls, increasing stiffness and disturbing nighttime blood flow. And for seniors, this misplacement happens more often. Why? Because the body produces less osteocalcin and matrix GLA protein, two molecules that guide calcium properly, and both rely on vitamin K2 to activate them. The biological chain begins after your evening meal. As your body digests nutrients and prepares for rest, it must decide how to handle calcium circulating in the blood. If K2 levels are sufficient, it activates matrix GLA protein in blood vessels and osteocalcin in bones. These proteins act like GPS tags. They tell calcium, you go to the bones, not the arteries. Without K2, these tags remain inactive, and calcium floats without purpose, drifting into the wrong places. Now let's connect that to your legs. Healthy blood vessels are flexible. They allow nutrients, oxygen, and muscle signals to flow freely even at night when you're still. But calcified vessels become rigid. They resist the soft pulses of nighttime circulation. Muscles don't get the oxygen they need. Minor spasms begin. Over time, this weak flow turns into full-blown cramps. Moreover, calcium that enters muscle tissue without proper signals can also overstimulate the muscle cells. At night, muscles should relax, but misplaced calcium keeps them slightly contracted, like a light switch stuck halfway. The result: sudden jolts, stiffness, or that aching heaviness when you try to move in the morning. It's a quiet cascade. Low K2, inactive proteins, calcium misplacement, blood flow restriction, muscle overstimulation, leg cramps. Importantly, K2 works in concert with vitamin D. While D helps the body absorb calcium from food, K2 ensures that this calcium doesn't get misdirected. Think of D as the gate opener and K2 as the traffic controller. Without both, you may absorb calcium well, but send it to the wrong places. That's why calcium supplements alone can sometimes worsen cramping if not balanced with sufficient K2. Most people don't realize K2 isn't produced naturally in large amounts in the body. And unlike vitamin K1, which helps blood clot and is found in leafy greens, K2 exists mainly in fermented foods or certain animal products. Natto, a fermented soybean dish, contains the highest amount. But for many Western seniors, it's unfamiliar. More accessible sources include grass-fed cheeses, egg yolks, butter from pasture-raised cows, and chicken thighs. However, levels vary greatly. That's why supplementation is often necessary. When choosing a K2 supplement, look for forms labeled MK7, menaquinone 7, which stays longer in the bloodstream and supports nighttime activity. Doses around 90–120 micrograms daily are commonly recommended for adults over 60, but consult your doctor before starting, especially if you're on blood-thinning medications. Evening is a good time to take K2, especially when paired with a small, fat-containing meal to aid absorption. Some seniors find success taking it alongside vitamin D3, which improves synergy. Within weeks of regular use, many report improved circulation, reduced nighttime leg tension, and smoother mobility in the morning. The beauty of K2 is that it doesn't act like a sedative or stimulant. It simply clears the path, restoring the natural flow of calcium, protecting vessel flexibility, and helping muscles stay calm during sleep. It's not dramatic, but night after night, that quiet function can mean the difference between restful sleep and restless legs. To recap, cramps at night aren't just a muscle issue. They're often a vascular and calcium management problem. And vitamin K2 sits at the center of that process. It doesn't work alone, but without it, other nutrients like D and calcium can backfire. So if you've been stretching, hydrating, and avoiding caffeine but still wake up with stiff calves or jolting spasms, consider what's happening inside your arteries and tissues. K2 may be the missing piece, the quiet guide that tells calcium where it belongs, helping your body stay loose, steady, and strong when the lights go out. By supporting the activation of matrix GLA protein and osteocalcin, vitamin K2 prevents harmful calcium buildup and promotes smooth nighttime circulation. You can find it naturally in natto, grass-fed cheese, egg yolks, and liver, or take it as an MK7 supplement with your evening meal. Now that calcium is in place and vessels stay flexible, it's time to send in the quiet repair signal. That's the role of vitamin A. Vitamin A, the night signal that guides nerves and muscles to heal while you sleep. Many know vitamin A as the eye vitamin. And while that's partly true, its real power after age 60 lies deeper in how it helps your body recover overnight. When you sleep, your system doesn't just rest, it repairs. And vitamin A works behind the scenes as a quiet architect, drawing up blueprints for nerves, muscles, and tissues to heal in the right order. Imagine your body as a small town hit by wear and tear each day. Roads crack, wires fray, buildings take damage. Nighttime is the only time this town gets repaired. And vitamin A is the one turning on the repair lights. Without it, the crews don't know where to start. They stumble in the dark, and the town wakes up tired and broken. So, what exactly does vitamin A do during sleep? At the core, it transforms into retinoic acid, a compound that can enter the cell nucleus and switch genes on or off. This is not a metaphor. It literally binds to DNA to start a process telling the cell to reduce inflammation, fix worn-out tissues, and rebuild damaged nerve pathways. Think of retinoic acid as a gentle voice, whispering instructions. Now rebuild this. Clean that up. Seal that gap. Without it, this whisper is lost, and the repair crew just waits around, doing nothing. One of its most vital roles is repairing the myelin sheath, the insulation layer around nerves. When this sheath is thin or damaged, nerve signals become chaotic, like electricity running through frayed wires. That's when older adults feel twitching, burning, or cramping sensations in the legs at night. It's not just aging. It's often a sign of poor nerve repair. Vitamin A strengthens this insulation, guiding the body to wrap nerves in a stronger, more stable layer, so they can rest and recharge without sparking. Vitamin A also supports the lining of blood vessels, especially tiny capillaries in the legs. With age, these vessels become fragile and slow, reducing the oxygen and nutrient flow to nerves and muscle fibers. Retinoic acid helps keep these inner linings smooth and resilient, which makes nighttime circulation more efficient. That means less throbbing, fewer spasms, and more steady blood flow when you're asleep. On the immune side, vitamin A is a key regulator. As we age, immune cells may stay switched on even without infection. This constant low-grade inflammation, especially in lower limbs, irritates nerves and restricts muscle recovery. Vitamin A tells these overactive cells to calm down. It doesn't knock them out. It simply reminds them when to rest, creating a more peaceful internal environment where healing can happen. Research suggests even mild vitamin A deficiency is linked to more frequent nighttime jerks, tingling legs, or increased sensitivity to pressure in older adults. It's not dramatic, but it builds up over time. Many seniors don't realize they're low on vitamin A until these sleep-related issues appear. And once you replenish it, the change is subtle but real. You wake up without that dragging stiffness. The burning sensation fades. You feel steady when you stand up. So, how do you get vitamin A first? Through food. The best sources of preformed vitamin A retinol are liver, eggs, and full-fat dairy. This form is already active, so your body can use it directly. Then there's provitamin A, beta-carotene, found in orange and dark green vegetables like carrots, spinach, and sweet potatoes. However, older adults convert beta-carotene less efficiently, so relying on colorful veggies alone might not be enough. That's why foods rich in retinol, or low-dose supplements like retinol palmitate, are often more effective for people over 60. Still, caution is key. Too much vitamin A can lead to nausea, dizziness, or dry skin. The goal isn't more, but steady. Most older adults benefit from $1,000 to $2,500 IU daily, ideally with dinner, when fat is present. Since vitamin A is fat-soluble, it needs oil to be absorbed. Without fat, it just passes through unused. So always take it with foods like salmon, avocado, eggs, or a drizzle of olive oil. If you're eating beta-carotene-rich vegetables, sauté them lightly in olive oil. It's like mailing a letter. It only gets delivered with the right envelope. Taken this way, vitamin A doesn't act alone. It prepares the body for other nighttime nutrients like vitamin D, K2, and magnesium to do their work more efficiently. Think of it as the stage manager of a nighttime orchestra, making sure every part comes in on cue. So no, vitamin A won't relax your legs or knock you out, but it will activate the genetic codes that turn rest into recovery. It keeps nerve signals calm, muscles in repair mode, and tissues regenerating quietly, night after night. By the time morning comes, you won't remember what vitamin A did, but you'll notice the difference: fewer cramps, lighter legs, more balance, and better rest. And that's the quiet power of one small nutrient guiding the night. With nightly repair underway, there's one last thing your body needs: a gentle antioxidant shield. Vitamin C steps in to calm and protect. Vitamin C, the quiet night worker for your muscles and nerves. Most people think of vitamin C as the cold fighter, something to grab when you're sneezing. But for older adults who struggle with tight calves, foot cramps, or waking up feeling stiff and weak, vitamin C plays a much deeper role, especially while you sleep. Think of it not as a fighter, but as a quiet night worker, someone behind the scenes, repairing broken parts and keeping things running smoothly while you rest. When you're asleep, your body is still hard at work. It's fixing tiny tears in your muscles, calming your nerves, and cleaning up waste from the day. Vitamin C is one of the first tools your body reaches for during this process. Why? Because it helps build collagen, like glue for your muscles, tendons, and the soft tissues that hold you together. Without enough vitamin C, the body can't start the repair. It's like having bricks, but no cement to build a wall. At night, special helper cells move toward areas that need fixing, like tired leg muscles. These cells need vitamin C to start building the glue that holds muscle fibers together. Without it, the repair is weak, and muscles stay sore or tense. That's one reason you may wake up with cramps or aching legs, even if you haven't done anything strenuous. But collagen isn't just in muscles. It also surrounds your nerves, like plastic around wires. If the nerve covering is thin or damaged, signals get scrambled, leading to tingling, sharp pain, or sudden cramping. Vitamin C helps rebuild this cover, giving nerves the padding they need to stay calm overnight. Vitamin C also plays a role in brain chemistry. It helps your body make certain calming signals that relax your blood vessels and keep your nervous system balanced during sleep. When levels of vitamin C are low, those signals slow down, and the body may stay tense, making it harder for muscles to truly relax. One overlooked job of vitamin C is helping your body absorb iron, the mineral that carries oxygen in your blood. Without oxygen, muscles get tired quickly and may cramp more often. Even if you eat iron-rich foods like spinach or red meat, your body won't absorb much unless vitamin C is around to help. That's why adding bell peppers, citrus fruits, or broccoli to your meals is so helpful. Vitamin C also helps control small amounts of inflammation that build up over time. You might not feel it, but it's there, especially as we age. This hidden irritation can make nerves more sensitive and healing slower. Vitamin C acts like a quiet cleaner, helping wash away the mess and keep your tissues calm. Another key task: vitamin C helps the body turn fat into energy by making a helper molecule that carries fat into your cell's power stations. If this helper is missing, your muscles can't use fat for energy properly. You might wake up groggy or with heavy legs, even if you've slept enough. Think of it as having fuel in your tank, but no way to get it to the engine. So how do you get enough vitamin C? The best way is from food. Some great sources include oranges, kiwi, strawberries, bell peppers, broccoli, kale, and tomatoes. Cooking can lower vitamin C levels, so try to eat these foods raw or lightly steamed when possible. For seniors, try adding sliced orange or red pepper to dinner, or mix some berries into evening yogurt. If food isn't enough, supplements help too. Look for gentle vitamin C, around 250 to 500 milliliters, especially after dinner. Avoid taking huge doses at night, they may upset your stomach. Choose chewable or capsules labeled as non-acidic or buffered. If you chew vitamin C, rinse your mouth afterward to protect your teeth. Vitamin C won't fix cramps overnight, but it works slowly, quietly, helping muscles rebuild stronger and nerves feel calm. It makes the tissue glue that holds your muscles together. It helps your blood carry oxygen. It supports calm signals in the brain and protects your nerves from stress. All these small tasks add up so you wake up with steady legs, ready to stand and move without the sudden jolt of cramping pain. So, if you thought vitamin C was just for colds, think again. For older adults, it's one of the most important nighttime helpers, working quietly to keep your legs strong, your nerves balanced, and your mornings a little smoother every day. You may have spent years trying to ease your nighttime leg cramps with massages, warm baths, or cutting back on salt. But if those cramps still keep coming back, leaving you restless, twitching, or stiff by morning, it's time to look deeper. The real problem often lies not in the muscles themselves, but in the silent breakdown of repair signals that should be active while you sleep. That's where the right bedtime vitamins come in. Vitamin B6 acts like a translator between nerves and muscles, ensuring signals don't misfire. B12 keeps your nervous system charged and balanced, helping avoid those sudden jerks at night. Vitamin C, often overlooked, calms hidden inflammation and restores smooth blood flow. And vitamin A plays the quiet role of master coordinator, telling genes when to clean up and rebuild nerve tissue. Together, they create a support system that works with, not against, your body's natural rhythms. You won't feel a dramatic shift overnight, but within a few weeks, you may notice calmer legs, fewer spasms, and waking up with more balance in your step. If you're over 60 and tired of waking up tired, it's time to move beyond guesswork. Talk to your doctor about the best way to include these 4 vitamins in your nightly routine through real food or safe supplements. The solution doesn't have to be loud, fast, or complicated. Sometimes, it just begins with the quiet decision to support your body the way it heals best at night.